All right. The crispy voice is back. Time now is 10:48 a.m. on October 20th. Um yeah. Um I slept at 3 until 10:30. I woke up naturally. But I think I woke up naturally only because Cindy turned off the aircon, or I think maybe Cindy turned it off after I wake up. But now I usually don't wake up this early naturally, but if I want to go back to sleep right now, I probably can't. Cindy's playing her amazing, awesome, fucking fantastic poppy, haha pop up music now. She turned off the aircon because apparently it's so cold outside or something. And I don't know, maybe 5 minutes later, she's gonna start the most epic 4 hour long phone call. So yeah, I can't fall back asleep at this point. But I didn't have much of a dream, honestly. Um, yeah, that's it. So it's a Thursday. It's rest, but today I'm going to go to the main campus of my college and go see a counselor and talk about transfer face to face. And yeah, I could have just done it over the phone, but I would love to do it face to face because it's a great excuse for me to go to the main campus. It's a great excuse for me to leave the apartment. Another thing is I want to go to Ralph's after that directly because tomorrow I won't go to Ralph's. Saturday I would rather stay home the whole day. So, again, yesterday has been a bit of a revelation for me, just a tiny bit of a revelation for me. Um, I confirm my own thoughts and feelings a little more. Yesterday Mary made an Instagram story. She reposted an Instagram post on her story, and it's a girl. It's a pretty hot girl, um, in a green shirt. So out of curiosity, I clicked on it, and apparently, this girl is a proposed vice chairperson or something in this student organization in City University, which is not the university that Mary is in, but Mary's friends with them, I guess. And aside from the Instagram post, Mary also said, caption in the Instagram story, she said, "Wow," with salivating emojis. 我J我自己 subside or something, which means I masturbated so much it's all wet. And to make it less lewd sounding, she added parenthesis saying it's saliva. Wet because of saliva. Um, Sheesh. So yeah, and this kind of reminds me of one of the reasons why I used to love Mary so much. It's not because she's really lewd, it's because she's not. It's because Mary's like one of the biggest reasons why back in secondary school I was so infatuated with her. It's because she's like a walking paradox. She's innocent and she's pure, but then she would suddenly be really dirty and erotic for some reason. She's very obedient. She follows rules, but then she's also really rebellious, and she hates following rules. She's very smart, but sometimes she's silly and goofy. She follows trends. She's mainstream, but she's also artsy and quirky and left field. She's very mean. I've heard tons of rumors about her being a snake, betraying people, but then she's also really nice because I've also heard tons of rumors about her being supportive of her friends, her opening up and just being nice to people. She's a walking paradox. If you want to pinpoint Mary to a set of personality traits, you can't because she's everything. That's one of the biggest reasons why I like her so much because she's literally everything. She's an impossible girl an impossible woman. She's she's a mystery. And that's why I was so interested. Like, I wanted to understand her more. Why do you act this way, and then why do you act the complete opposite way at the same time? Nothing about her personality makes sense. She is one of a kind, okay? And I think about all the instances of Mary walking into my classroom and me just being like, oh my god, she's here, she's here. She didn't even look in my general direction, and I'm already freaking nervous. Or the many, many, many times when I would walk past Mary, maybe on the streets during lunchtime, or inside the school, and the gust of wind when I walk past her, it's so intense. And then I look at other people now and I realize, holy shit, I will never feel these feelings again. I just don't love anymore. I just don't. I will never find someone like Mary anymore. I really do, because I really miss this feeling. But I don't think I'll ever feel things like this anymore. And if I never feel these things anymore, then I'll just let it be. Because no one's worthy enough than her to fill these gaps. No one's more worthy than her. So why even bother, you know? So that's pretty much all I want to say. I've met a lot of girls, you know, and arguably I talk to girls more often than I talk to boys nowadays. Oh, which is crazy, but not a single one of them, not a single one of them is even close to make me feel the same things as I felt for Mary. Like, even people like Natalie or Pink, even they come a little closer. Like, everyone I've met in LA so far is still very normal, aside from Potter. And now I think Alba's kind of normal, but I don't know her all that well, so I can't really judge. But that's pretty much just it. I don't love anymore. I have lost the ability to love. That intense feeling of needing to hear her laughter and her voice, I don't have that anymore. I have become cold-blooded. And that's sad, but I think it's better to not develop any relationships at all forever instead of forcing yourself to, just because you miss the feeling of it. So, you know what? If I never fall in love in my life again, then I'll never be in a relationship. And, you know, throw back to the time I and Miriam went to Lantau Island back in December. And Miriam asked me, out of curiosity, if I'm the kind of guy who takes my relationships really seriously. And it's not a casual thing, you know? Unlike Natalie now, who just meets guys. Or Pink now, she's using Tinder. But for your first love, at least, for your first relationship, take it seriously, you know? Miriam takes it seriously. I will also take it really seriously. Like, if I don't truly, truly, truly love from the bottom of my heart, then why even fucking bother? Then just fuck off. And maybe something wrong with my brain. Maybe quarantine, maybe the pandemic has sort of damaged my brain, and like my brain circuits for love and affection is just like damaged. I'll never feel this again. And if that's the case, then so be it. I'll be alone all my life. I'll own pets. I'll own cats. I'm more of a cat guy now than a dog guy. That's it. So be it. Okay? So yeah, that's it. That's it. Again, this is why I think it's just good to not think about love and relationships at all. Just not only, like, the more I think about it, the more I'm anxious about it, but also, the more I think about it, the less likely it'll happen. And if it never happens, then what's the point of thinking about it anyways? If I'm so sure that I'll never love again in my whole life, why even bother? Why focus on things like love? If I don't even need it. I'm perfectly fine being alone. I'm used to being alone, man. Ever since Form 3, I've had little to no friends. I sort of have an uptick in friendship now, but if I don't have any, it's still fine. I can still work perfectly. Like, I can still function perfectly on my own. Um, so yeah, I just, that's my revelation, I guess. Yeah. I'm in my pajamas now, which means I'm going to do some workout on my bed right now. Calisthenics. I know the real word is not calisthenics, but I don't fucking care. I hate that word. Another thing is, my lens will probably arrive today, so that's hype. That's pure, unfiltered hype. And, crispy voice is back, baby. Crispy voice is back. What can I say? Alright, so time now is 2:40. So there have been a strange development of events. I had breakfast, I had lunch, and I have received my camera and lenses, as you can tell, and I've filmed a separate video on it now, and I'm excited about it. I'm charging the camera right now. It's really hyped. The lenses, they're just dropped outside of my room. Like, they didn't even ask for signature. Nobody picked it up. It's just dropped outside of my freaking room. $1,200 lens, dude. But yeah, so yesterday I thought Pepper would think I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo, I don't belong here because of how, like, I approached her yesterday. Or maybe I'm just being too sensitive. But she randomly asked me on WhatsApp, hey, are you going to the Asian World Film Festival today? Which is weird because it's not happening today. Today has the kickoff launch party, but they don't need my help today, right? But Pepper's going, so, okay, I guess I'm going then. So, there's that. So, Pepper said, okay, let's Uber there together, and, yeah, there's that. Now, just because Pepper's like, oh, let's go to the Asian World Film Festival together, doesn't really mean anything. I still 100% stand by the words I've said yesterday and this morning. Yeah, film festival, nice. I like movies, so yeah, that's pretty much it. If my camera is fully charged, I could take the camera out and bring it there, but that seems like a really ballsy move because it's only the first day I've received a camera. So I don't know. So this basically means I don't have time to go to the main campus and see the counselor. So I either call a counselor or I'll go see tomorrow, which is still possible. I just need to wake up early. Another thing is I need to go to Ralph's. So because there's this Asian World Film Festival thing, now I don't have time to go to Ralph's unless I go now. So maybe I'll just go now. Yeah. Alright, so I'm wearing my the nicest shirt I could find. I'm wearing the nicest pair of pants I could find. I'm wearing the nicest shoe I have. Still got my stupid ass backpack. So apparently Pepper already left and is already on an Uber ride on her way to the film festival. Of course she doesn't want to sit on an Uber with me. That's fine. She's on an Uber with Cliff, the Malaysian guy, and another Malaysian friend. So originally Pepper told me that maybe we could go there together by Uber, but of course that's not gonna happen. So Pepper's gone. I'm just gonna go alone now, and that's totally fucking fine. And I'm not gonna take an Uber. Guess what, baby? I'm taking a bus. I'm taking a bus, and then I'll be taking a metro. That's what I'm gonna be doing. Cost $0. Time to save up. Time to fucking save up, man. Alright, time now is 12:08 a.m. after midnight. Woo! Wow, what an interesting day. So first of all, crispy voice activated. Holy shit. But yeah, let's talk about today. Wow. So yeah, I wouldn't say today is like an amazing day or anything, but today's definitely something to talk about, something to behold. So I went to the Asian World Film Festival launch party, somewhere in Culver City. And, apparently Pepper and Cliff the Malaysian guy, as well as the other Malaysian friend, whose name is, Justin, they went there by Uber, leaving me alone. So I took a bus and then an MTR there. And sort of because of that, wasn't in a great mood. Like, I was in a very angry mood. I'm not angry because, Pepper left me alone or something like that. I'm angry just because. Like, when I was on the metro, it sucks, it stinks. And I was standing, I didn't sit, and I just looked at my phone. I looked at the website. I looked at a website where it's basically about how to write a good personal insight question essay for the UC application. So the more I read it, the more I'm like, oh, I'm mad, oh, essays, university application, blah, blah, blah. And the more I think about it, the more not upset, I'm just like heated, it's like I'm about to go to war. And then I continued to listen to music. I listened to Black Midi's Welcome to Hell while I walked past the Culver City steps, and I looked so angry. I had my mask pulled down. I looked so angry. I looked left and right, and then I was like, it was a red light, so I strolled back and forth, and back and forth, and then suddenly someone tapped me on my back, and I'm like, very slowly, it's Pepper. What the heck? I'm glad Pepper saw how angry I was. It's intimidating, isn't it? Yeah, it's Pepper. So I was like, Pepper, I thought you took an Uber. Apparently, she didn't. So apparently Cliff and Justin, the two Malaysians, they and another person took a car ride. Like, another person drove them there, and that car is not big enough for Pepper, so Pepper is left alone to take a bus by herself. So, et voila, she took a bus, I took a bus plus a metro, we have joined. So we walked over there, and yeah, that's that. We have arrived, and then lo and behold, Cliff and Justin are waiting outside. And I was still not in a very great mood. Like, I was kind of scared because it's the first time. Because before coming to this party, Pepper told me that this is a party. This is going to be one of those parties. And I said to her, well, it's not going to be one of those American alcoholic, crazy teenage sex drug party. It's just going to be a party, right? It's just going to be professional filmmakers. Turns out it's something in between. I mean, it's not like a Euphoria party, but it's like, it still has loud, annoying, trash-ass music with a DJ. It still has colorful freaking lights, but it's also like a bunch of old people in suits and nice dresses. So I wore the best fucking shirts and best fucking pants and best fucking shoes I've had. And Pepper clearly didn't really dress up all that well. I mean, Pepper dressed up in her usual fit jeans, crop top. So obviously not very formal at all. And when we walk through the door, there's an old woman, not that old, but I'd say like 50 something. Malaysian woman or Chinese woman or I think Taiwanese woman. She was like, "Oh, hi, this not acceptable. It's too informal. Next time you come here, please wear something more formal like them, you know." And it was a little awkward. But yeah, I put down my bag, and I don't know why I was so mad in the beginning of today's event. I was like, I had homicidal eyes, you know, and I put my bag, I hid it, I left my wallet in there. My hands were dry. I took out the moisturizing cream I bought. I rubbed it on my hands. I put some on my hands. I put the moisturizing cream back. I zip my bag and then I rub my hands very mysteriously as I walk out. You know, it's like eighth grade syndrome, basically. Like I'm so fucking mysterious, you know, for the invisible camera that's following me. But yeah, so we didn't do much at first because the party was already set. Like by the time we arrive, a lot of the tables and chairs are already set, and we didn't really get to do much. So me, Pepper, Cliff, and Justin, we just sat at a rectangular wooden table outside of the restaurant. We just talked and chatted and talked, and that's pretty much it. At first, it was a little awkward because I don't know those two pretty well. I know Cliff. I definitely know Pepper. But yeah, I exchanged Instagram with Justin, and turns out Cliff is into memes. Not only is he into movies, he's into memes as well. And I love memes. I'm a meme man. You know, I'm a man of the memes. So I started laughing, and the atmosphere in my mind started to loosen up. You know, and the memes aren't like haha 9gag Reddit memes. It's like really bad, unfunny Instagram memes. Like this dog is fucked up, bro, or the wise tree meme. Like some of the worst fucking memes ever, and those are the funniest. And Justin was like, "You two share the same brain cell," you know, because I and Cliff are laughing at the same stupid meme, and of course Pepper doesn't understand it because it's so freaking dank. It's so freaking unfunny. It's unironically funny. Yeah, and then Nao-san showed up. So this bald Japanese guy that Aoba has previously mentioned, Nao-san. Turns out Nao stands for Naoyuki, which is the name of that guy. And he showed up for a while. And then another white guy showed up, old white dude who's apparently the organizer of this event. The organizer of Asian World Film Festival is a white guy, yes. And then there's another guy who's like Chinese or like, I don't even know, something like that, because he speaks Cantonese but with a very thick accent. So I was real linguistically confused because everyone's speaking English, but then the old Taiwanese woman is speaking to this Chinese guy in Mandarin, and then when that guy saw me and Pepper, he was speaking in Cantonese but with a thick accent. So what language should I speak? I'm just like linguistically confused. I know all three. I can speak Cantonese and English. What's happening? But yeah, so that guy wanted to. So yeah, that guy wanted to. That guy wanted to set up this huge light for the front of the restaurant where they set up a cover, like a backdrop, and a red carpet, a very tiny red carpet. And that guy set up the lights, and I'm like, oh, I've been a gaffer before. Like, I know how to do this. And there's a bunch of cable, there's this huge lights, and it's nothing like the lights I've seen before. It's like a Christmas tree. It's like a pole, and then with a horizontal bar, and then you hang two gigantic LED lights. Very bright, very big, very heavy, and then you got two cables coming out of that. And then I and Pepper were very fucking serious. Especially me, like, I don't know why, but I'm trained to whenever I see cables and lights and cameras and, like, the slate, whenever I see film stuff, I'm just like, oh, fuck, I need to help people. So I I'm very seriously and professionally, like, even though I'm not professional, I act my ass off. I act professional, just wrangling the cables and like sticking on the floor, and then the cables are going across the floor, and it's like, oh my god, people are gonna trip. So it's like, oh, do we have crossovers? But it's not a film set. So Pepper was like, are there crossovers? And I'm like, yeah. And of course, we don't have it. It's a restaurant. So that guy, he just used a tape to tape completely cover the thing on the floor. And so I'm like, oh yeah, that's smart. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And after that little bit, my hands are all dirty. And some white people in the restaurant are dancing to music, which is very idiotic. And then we wash our hands, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, afterwards it's basically nothing. Afterwards, I and Pepper and Cliff and Justin just sat around the table, another table, and then we just chatted, and that's pretty much it. Oh boy, I'm running out of battery. And then lo and behold, the McInnes guy showed up. Who, you may ask? Remember HKOS Gathering? Well, it's a recurring character, baby. Because in the HKOS meeting, I have met a guy from Macau who's like really into films. He showed up with a camera, and he's like, "Oh, you, Pepper. Like, whoa, you two are here. Damn." So we're like, I actually don't really know what's his name. I forgot. So Pepper forgot too. So we had to ask him again. But yeah, it's nice, and it's cool to see a familiar face and another person who speaks Cantonese. And so we talked, and then that's pretty much it. And then at around 8 p.m., we can get food. We can grab food. So we went inside the restaurant to line up for food. And it's me and Pepper. We have some alone time. We get to chat. I guess after last night's revelation, I don't have this urge to, really ask Pepper about her personality anymore. I was really easy on things. But I also wanted to just, like, not only talk to her about uni application. I just want to be nice to her and chat with her, So, I asked her if she wants to make more. Okay, so first of all, she told me that she's considering going back to Hong Kong in 2023 January, or maybe late December. Either way, if she comes back, if she doesn't matter anymore. But if she does, I can hang out with her, I guess. But she wants to come back because her agent can help her write personal essays and all that stuff. But that's weird, because if she stay behind in the USA, in LA, there are probably even more people here who can help her. But anyways, apparently she also wants to make another short film instead of the one that she just did, because it was kind of a mess. And so I told Pepper that I wanted to do a remake of Tomie, of Jun Ito Junzi's Tomie. And then she said, oh, I want to be her in Halloween, which is a very random statement. And I'm like, what? Halloween? Like, is there a party or something? And she's like, yeah. So she showed me this Instagram page called Night Owl or something. And it's not that popular. It's only 500 and something followers. But they organize parties. 500 is not a lot, but it is enough to fill up a house. And Pepper showed me, and Pepper told me that this is one of those parties. This is like those parties you see in American dramas, like blasting colorful lights, drinks in red Solo cups, random people making out, drunk shit-faced, weed, sex, euphoria, ass parties. And I'm like, oh, how do you know about this? And Pepper's like, oh, I've been to one. I wasn't that shocked, because Pepper does seem like the kind of person who would just go places and hang out, but it's a little extreme, for me. Like, I'm very sensitive to these things. Like, I remember how, like, back in December of 2021, when I and Zara and Miriam was outside the nightclub, I was so scared of my life, for my life, like, it was something so adult. Like, even though there are nothing adult about nightclubs. It's just music and dance. But there's just an aura about it. Like, a bunch of adults, young adults, being really sexy, drinking, having fun, dancing, probably taking drugs. It's too wild and extreme for me. I am a good person. I'm a good boy. I never even go near any of these places. So it was almost like I'm walking into the jaws of hell. So American parties. Now that's a nightclub in Hong Kong. American parties are probably even more whack. So apparently Pepper have been to one, and according to her, she almost got pushed off of the swimming pool. So yeah, it's very fucking scary. But then at the same time, this is a once in a lifetime experience. I have to experience it once in my life. If I have gone to one of these American parties once and then extremely hate it, I can never go back. Like, I can choose to never go back again. But I have to try first, at least. It's like skydiving. You gotta do it at least once in your life. Um, but yeah, apparently you need to pay to go in as well. So I want to celebrate Halloween because I'm a naughty boy. I'm rebellious. I was a good boy, but I need to erase that image. Okay. Um, I'm being a little too straightforward. It's much more nuanced than that. What I want to say is my commitment to the American lifestyle. I want to prove my commitment to the American lifestyle and just life in general. Like, I don't want to hide in a corner anymore. I want to go out and do things and experience things. Yeah, I don't like parties. I'm not that kind of person, but I have to step out of my comfort zone, because otherwise life is nothing but boredom and pain. Yeah, but yeah, that's that. That's that. And it's interesting. I want to see Pepper looking like Tomie. That would be funny as hell. Pepper also showed me her the makeup she did for herself on today's makeup class. Apparently, it's the last class, and she painted half of her face black, so it looks like her face is just a chunk. But yeah, it's interesting. And I told her if I want to cosplay someone, it would be Part 8 Josuke. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So we had the food, and I filled up my plate very high, full of fried rice. I was hungry as fuck. Tofu, chicken, beef, whatever. We got dumplings, fried dumplings, and then I just ate a lot of it. And I also got water. I went to the bar, and I asked for Coca-Cola, and then the bartender, a white guy, middle-aged white guy, beard, looks fit. Boom, Coca-Cola. That'll be $3.50. And I'm like, oh, and then he said, yeah, Coca-Cola costs. The only thing that's free is water and alcohol. And I'm like, oh, okay, then I'm good. I got water. And then I went back, and then I realized, shit, my water's in my backpack, and it's right beside the DJ set, and I can't go there now. It's just blocked by dancing people. So I went all the way back, and I also helped Pepper. I was such a fucking gentleman. Like, I grabbed a plate for Pepper. I grabbed a fork for Pepper. I want to do this less, actually. And then I grabbed a water for Pepper. I then ordered 2 glasses of ice water. It was hot water with ice. And then I gave it to Pepper. And Pepper's like, thanks. And then later Pepper lent me her seat, which is fine. I want to be a gentleman, but I don't want to overdo it. But yeah, essentially there's that. So at another table, I and Pepper and Cliff and Justin sat, and there's another people. We barely have enough space. So it's just we just ate and ate and ate and ate and ate. And for like a whole hour straight, we got bored, and we did nothing but looking at our phones. We're so bored. We got nothing to do. All 4 of us were just looking at our phones. And our phones are running out of battery. And then the Macanese guy showed up. I'm gonna give him a name. Tommy. That's his name. He showed up and he sat beside me, and then for I think 1.5 hours or 2 hours straight, we chatted nonstop. We didn't stop chatting. We talked about everything. We talked about our film related. So we talked about Hong Kong movies. He was so talkative today. I think partially is because he's drunk. He drank a couple glasses of white wine, but also he's just like a very energetic person. Like in the HKOS meeting when we met, he was also kind of like this. He's just really energetic and talkative. He kept on talking and talking and talking, and I don't mind. I like this passion. But yeah, he started off asking me what sort of movies have I watched lately, and we talked about movies. We talked about Hong Kong film. We talked about old films. We talked about art house films, the Criterion Channel, Tarkovsky, Apichatpong, Koreeda, whatever. His love for Bruce Lee and how Bruce Lee's daughter showed up today for a little bit and disappeared. Chloe Zhao showed up to this film festival last year. I don't know, just a bunch of people, really. Apparently, Lulu Wang, the director of The Farewell, is also somehow associated with this organization thing. And he told me that last year when he worked for this film festival, it's clear that Chloe Zhao didn't like this sort of event all that much, which is understandable because this film festival isn't like Cannes or like Venice or something like that. It's more like a social platform thing. We talked about cameras because he's a huge camera guy. He brought a A7S2 with him and a lens. And I'm curious, like, what lens is this? And he said, oh, it's 16-35. And I'm like, ooh, what? Because I also got a 16-35 right here. And I asked him, is f2.8, f4? And he's like, f4. And I'm like, oh, literally, that's literally the lens I got this morning. Literally. So that's really interesting. And then he talked about film cameras. I don't know much about film, but that's around the time when Pepper's like, oh, film. So Pepper left her phone and they talked about film. And I also got to look at the film camera as well and how he would develop the film in his own home. And then we spent a lot of time talking about Hong Kong culture, Macanese slangs, and how small Macau is. And we talked about just UCLA and USC film programs in comparison with Hong Kong Baptist University, Hong Kong APA, and how one of the universities in Macau actually have a film program, but it's a graduate film program and nobody goes there. So yeah, a lot of film talk essentially, and he's like, wow, like we're just talking a lot about film. And at the very end, we started talking about music, and we like indie stuff. And apparently, sometime recently, he met a guy who's studying in NYFA, which is New York Film Academy, and he's a rapper in Hong Kong, and his name is Sliznico. Holy shit. This is the first time someone's like, or this is one of the few times someone's like, oh, this Hong Kong musical artist, and I actually know who that person is, and I listen to that person. Sliznico, yes, I know him. Like, I listen to his music, not a lot, but yeah, I've listened to his songs. And that's really cool. And Pepper even looked at me like, oh, you know him? Because Pepper doesn't know him, but he's sort of very underground. But yeah, that's kind of it. It's just amazing that a lot of these Hong Kong musical artists, these very recent musical artists, are so close to us. Like me, like the people I know. Like if you want to talk about people relationships, like, oh, I know this person knows that person. Like a lot of these musical artists and a lot of these young filmmakers and young actors, they're actually really close to me. And I think that's because they're literally the previous generation. They are the 2000s kids. We are the 2010s kids. And very soon we'll be the ones doing things. Like we'll be joining the industry very soon. Like for real. So it's just amazing how like it's getting closer and closer to us. Like they're gonna be passing the torch to us very soon. So yeah, that's that. Not much else. I want to have some private time with Pepper and chat with her, but at this point it doesn't really matter all that much. I asked her if she likes looking at paintings, and she's like, yeah. And that's pretty much it. And then at the end, we helped disassembling the backdrop for the film festival and the red carpet. And then Tommy, the Macanese guy, was like, oh, you know what? I can drive you two home. Because I and Pepper live nearby right now. And so I was like, sure. So he did. He drove us home. That's it. Nice. So yeah, that's that. And because of this film festival, so when he drove us home, it was like 11:30, and right now it's already like 12:30. So basically, all my plans for tonight is completely and utterly fucked. Um, yeah. Um, I don't know. Tomorrow there's a script writing club meeting. I haven't even prepared a PowerPoint for that. Miseng. I'll still watch an episode of Miseng, or actually Hana Monogatari. I need to watch that like right now. My dinner plans completely shattered. I originally wanted to go to Ralph today. Well, I guess that's tomorrow. I originally wanted to see the counselor today. Well, I guess that'll never happen until maybe if I want to see in person, I can still do it tomorrow, but I'll have to wake up really early. Or I can go for next Thursday. Um, or next Monday, but I'll have to wake up early again. Um, yeah, I think Monday works. But yeah, a lot of my plans are ruined. But at least I got to meet some people and talk to some people today. At least I got to hang out with Pepper. At least I learned more about Pepper bit by bit. Like, Pepper has so many friends. So apparently, Pepper's friends with an editor who works for a very small YouTuber organization called Bafo, in Hong Kong, and that this YouTube channel has interviewed Delta T, a Delta Dantato, who is a very underground rapper in Hong Kong. So again, lots of small weird connections. And even a little bit earlier today, I and Pepper talked about how, like, wow, it's just crazy how, like, small LA is. Like, I know this person knows that person. And Pepper's like, it's not crazy. Like, even in Hong Kong, it's even more so like this in Hong Kong. And I'm like, really? And I guess, well, maybe for you, but not for me. Like, I didn't have any social life back then. Like, back in Hong Kong, I don't have any social life. Like, especially I think it's a Kowloon thing. Like if you study in Kowloon, like maybe you just know a bunch of neighboring schools, and you just develop so many relationships, and you just know a lot of people. So to Pepper it's like normal, but to me it's not. So when I know so many people right now, it doesn't feel like real life. It just feels like I'm entering this spider web. It's such an intense fiery feeling. So it's really interesting. Um, and yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yeah. Also, my milk is spoiled. It tastes like cheese. I drank a little bit of it this morning. I smelled it first, which is very smart of me, and it doesn't smell right. So I grabbed a spoon and I drank a little bit of it, and holy shit, I almost threw up. But I'm alive now, so that's good. All right. Ooh, deep voice. That's what I'm looking for. Time now is 11:43 a.m. in the morning on October 21st. Holy cow, my voice is so deep and crispy. That's good. I like that. Ha ha ha. It is so deep. Wow. So, yeah, I slept from 3:05 to 10:45. I woke up because Cindy turned off the fucking aircon. Um, I, um, yeah, yeah. Um, it's unbelievable that it's Friday now. Time has moved faster, most definitely. I think it's because Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday sort of flew by, and nothing all that crazy happened in these 3 days, and usually something crazy happened in these 3 days. But this week, it just sort of flew by, Nothing that crazy happened. But yeah, yeah, still. Yesterday was an interesting day. It wasn't super amazing, but it's another step towards an interesting place. And again, just the fact that I'm connected with so many people now. To Pepper, it's normal, to Pepper, because back in Hong Kong, she also knows friends who knows friends who knows friends. She has 10,000 friends. But like, I legit didn't go out of my apartment back in Hong Kong before the pandemic. I'm still a loner. But now I've broken the mold. So, it's impressive, you know, this character development right here. Okay. Anyways, today's gonna be a confusingly strange day. Not chill at all. Not a chill day at all. Because yesterday I spent so much time in that freaking party, in that freaking launch party, film festival thing. I have a lot of stuff to do today. I need to go to Ralph's to buy myself food. It has to be today. And then I need to go back home, put down my food, and then go out again and go to my college because I need to help with the script writing club meeting. And then that's it. But aside from that, there are also a bunch of stuff to do, like how yesterday I didn't do any college homework or anything about the university applications or anything about editing my short film. I need to do more of that today. I also want to do the laundry because it's been a while since I've done the laundry. I also want to do the Duolingo English test as soon as possible so that I could help Pepper do it. And right now, given how crispy my voice is, I think it's a good opportunity for me to do it right now, today. But if not today, tomorrow. I have all the time. I also want to continue messing around with my camera. So the thing is, last night I planned to watch Hana Monogatari, but then I found out that Hana Monogatari is supposed to be after Monogatari season 2. So I'm like, fuck. Then I decided not to watch Hana Monogatari. I wiped that off of my watch list. It's gone now. So, yeah, there's that. So instead, what I did last night was I drank a can of pineapple Fanta and I messed with the camera because I love messing with my camera now. It's so exciting, you know? I almost thought that I couldn't do clear image zoom in my camera because I customized a button and made it clear image zoom, but then it didn't do that, and I freaked out for a little bit. Turns out my lens is a power zoom lens, which means that if I want to do clear image zoom, I can just zoom it even harder. There's no special button. It's already part of the lens. So my camera would give me this error message saying it's invalid with this lens, and I'm like, what? What do you mean? Turns out the clear image zoom is already part of the lens, so I don't need to worry about that at all. That's fucking genius. That's even better. So yeah, I can't wait to retrieve my SD card because I can't take any photos or videos right now. I literally cannot. But this is very exciting. This is incredibly exciting shit right here. Yeah. My only issue is I'm afraid I may run out of battery. So maybe before I leave for round 3, I'm gonna order a battery or 2 on Amazon. Something like that. Okay, so time now is 4:13. Let's see what I got. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cheesecake Factory bread. There's no more brioche. They've all been taken. 2 tomatoes. I don't know why there's only 1. Okay, there we go. That's the other one. Haha. Alright, next up we got frozen food, chili macaroni. We got the bacon Caesar salad kit. It's been a while. Salami. That's it. And here for quick breakfast, we got cinnamon rolls. I love them. Pasta sauce. Chocolate milk. Oreo cake. Ooh, it's not smashed. That's great. Pork loin strip pieces, and as well as party wings. That's all, $52.
Like open half semester courses.
Alright, time now is 8:39 p.m. Let's wrap it up today. Wow, another pretty, I wouldn't say interesting, but another day where something happens. Things just happen to me every day. It's like, fuck, sheesh, man, sheesh, sheesh. So, let's talk about going to Ralph's. After after I did the my little airport album review, I quickly went to Ralph's at 3 p.m. Now, keep in mind that I have the script writing club meeting. I have to attend it as the vice president and do something about it today at 5:15. In the college campus, in the side campus, and we there should be a PowerPoint, and I've pretty much done nothing with it. Um, and I don't know how well prepared it is for on Thomas's end. But I sort of assumed that Thomas had probably already done the PowerPoint, which he did. But I still had to go to Ralph's to buy food. So at 3 p.m., I went downstairs, went out to buy food. Me carrying my light blue jacket like an idiot because it was actually kind of hot today. Um, and with two Ralph's plastic bags, I went to Ralph's, and then right downstairs I ran into Connor, the Macanese guy. He bought a Subway, and he was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he didn't say what's up, because he's not American. He's just like, "Hey, where are you going?" And I'm like, "To Ralph's." And he's like, "Oh, the one to Westwood?" And I'm like, "No, to Wilshire Boulevard." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, see ya." That's interesting. All right. And then yeah, I took a bus to Ralph's, and then Thomas called me, um, and talked to me about the script writing club stuff. He's already done the PowerPoint. He asked me, he wants to tell me that he doesn't want to do anything horror related because he's Christian and he's very conservative and he doesn't like horror shit. While I love horror shit because I grew up in a Christian family and I'm sort of rebellious, so I love that shit, you know? So there's that. And then, immediately after the call, Cliff, the Malaysian guy, DM'd me asking me for my phone number and email so that he could give that to the organizer of Asian World Film Festival so that, I can be a part of it, you know? So that's really nice. I'm using my professional email. I'm not using my personal one anymore. It's a professional one. So there's that. So again, like things just happen nonstop. This is me walking to the bus stop, and I already made like 3 sort of social connections. Yep, I'm living the life. What can I say? I'm living the life. Um, and then hopped onto the bus, went to Ralph's, bought a bunch of food, came back home, and then immediately afterwards I took out the trash really quick, really efficiently, and then I went out again to the college campus. The bus was sort of late, so by the time I arrived, I told Thomas I will arrive at 4:30. I arrived at 4:50. And then I went to room 271 to find out that there's no one but Thomas inside. But again, given that I know everyone right now, I know a lot of people. Like when I walked into the campus, first off, I saw our Italian professor, and then I saw Alba, the Mexican girl, and then I saw Michelle, the Persian American girl, and then I saw Patrick, the black guy. I know all 3 of them, bro. And then I walked up, and then Armida, the Iranian girl, the Persian girl, another Persian girl, but this time like for real, completely 100% Persian. She's there, and she said hi, and then I went to the room, and there's Thomas, and I know Thomas. I know everyone. Holy fuck, wherever I go, man. And then so we did the PowerPoints, we fixed some of the Google slides and whatever, and then that's it. We're just ready to go. So apparently the acting club meeting is held downstairs in the canteen, cafeteria area of the campus, the place where I had ice cream, and I saw Red in there. I saw Betsy, the film club queen, in there. I saw Min, the Korean American boy. Yeah, I just know a lot of people. Wherever I go, I recognize people now. Holy crap! Like back in secondary school, when I walk past, even as a Form Sixer, when I walk past a group of people, I'm just like, I don't know who they are. They're higher ups, they're powerful people. I am the powerful people now. I know people now. I am there. Holy shit. But yeah, the meeting started, and at some point, Thomas told me to look for paper because we need paper for one of the activities, for one of the challenges. Yeah. I went downstairs, and I know exactly where to find paper because there's a printer in the same building but at another side. So I know where to grab paper. So I went downstairs, and then Michelle saw me, and then Michelle joined me, asking me where I'm going. And she said, has anyone joined the meeting yet? Like, showed up yet? And I'm like, no, it's just me and Thomas. And she's like, wow, it's... you guys should join the acting club. It should be a collaboration thing. And then I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And then Michelle's like, come on, Enoch. You gotta get your act together. And I said, well, it's more like Thomas's decision to not join with the acting club. And she's like, yeah, Thomas, she's too stoic for his own good. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, And I'm like, yeah, I know. And then Michelle told me how our Italian professor was really upset today. He almost decided to cancel the Film 33 short film production, which is the whole point of the class of Film 33. And that's because nobody's willing to pay. So nobody had made an Indiegogo crowdfunding page yet for the short film. The Hollywood Foreign Press is supposed to give them money. I don't know. But the professor was really mad, and Michelle, Patrick, and Alba had to calm him down. But the professor later joined us, and Michelle and Betsy and a bunch of other people joined us. Miles, if you remember him, joined us. Carly, the half Korean, half Japanese girl, showed up. And then that's all the people I know, basically. And then like 3 other people. That really weird, mentally challenged person, Anton, showed up. So it's not that bad. It's definitely not as nice as the meeting last Friday, but it's honestly not that bad. So yeah, that's basically it. And then yeah, I didn't do much talking. I talked for a couple moments, and that's it. Thomas mainly did the talking, and it was all right. It was fine, actually. And then at the end, I left, and I actually brought my own camera to the campus to play around because I want to know how it feels to wave the camera around in the public, so that when I go to Japan, I could practice, And it's funny because I don't even have an SD card, so I can't take photos or videos of anything. But yeah, it's fun, and then that's pretty much it. And then came back home, took the bus with Thomas. Thomas is so fucking mean, and I'm so cool with that. Like, I'm not upset that he's mean, which is very awesome of me. And I feel like the more I'm not upset with it, the more it's like it's his own fault for being mean. But okay, it's understandable. I didn't help with the PowerPoint this time at all. Not at all. I mean, I did help a little bit at the end, but because I was so busy, And Thomas was like, no, but I'm busy too. But I helped out. You didn't help out. And because I and Thomas also discussed what to work for in this script writing club, what to do with the script writing club. So Thomas's ideas were like, okay, 1 week we're going to talk about character, next week we're going to talk about story structure, next week we're going to talk about conflict, next week we're going to talk about dialogue. But my ideas were so much more fun. Like, this week we're going to talk about mysterious characters. Next week we're going to talk about how to write clever dialogue. Next week we're going to talk about fantasy world building. And then next week we're going to talk about horror tropes. And so when we consulted Kat was like, well, let's do both of your ideas at once. Except now that we are doing script writing club meeting, it feels like Thomas is still completely taking the lead. I don't get the chance to have any creative control. Like, I would raise ideas. I would have ideas. Oh, let's do a food challenge. Let's talk about horror. And Tom is like, nope. we're not gonna do horror because I don't like it. And I'm like, but how about others? And Thomas was like, no, we're inclusive. Includes me. I don't like it, so we're not doing horror. So I gave in. I'm like, okay, fine. Let's not talk about horror. And then I asked Thomas, like, then what am I in charge of? And he's like, well, you're the vice president and you're supposed to serve the president. Duh. And it's like, well, if you're not willing to work with me, then we'll have to figure out the leadership positions, which is a very roundabout way of saying, well, if you don't want to work for me, I'll fire you as a vice president. I'll fire you, which doesn't work like that. It doesn't even work like that. If you want to fire me, just fucking say it. Don't be like the Chinese boss lady. But yeah, that's basically it. But yeah, we cool. I'm totally unfazed by that. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. And then he's like, okay, so when are you free? Now we need to think of a new date so that we could regularly all be either on the phone or in person. We meet up and we talk about our next script writing club meeting agenda. And I'm down with that. I'm okay with that. So I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, sure. And he's like, please, no attitude. First of all, what the fuck do you mean no attitude? Attitude, everyone has an attitude when they speak. That's like saying you have an accent. It doesn't make sense. But also, okay, I know he means no negative attitude. What do you mean negative attitude? I'm like agreeing with him. I guess it's because I'm not Californian, and an average Californian would be like, oh, I'm so sorry, oh my god. Well, I don't act like that, okay? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm a Hong Konger. I'm fast, I'm snappy, and I don't make cute faces, okay? If I agree with you, I say, yeah, sure. If I don't agree with you, I say, no. I'm straightforward. Unless I'm speaking to someone that I don't want to be straightforward with, but I'm straightforward with Thomas. If I say yes, I mean it. If I say no, I mean it. Okay? So there's that. Anyways, during the meeting today, I didn't really do much, honestly. So I actually just grabbed a piece of white paper for myself and just started brainstorming ideas for the 4 personal insight question essays that I have to write. And I very quickly and swiftly formed an outline for all 4 of the essays, which is really nice and fast. And I want to catch up with Pepper, so at the end I told Pepper about how USC screenwriting program is 4 years regardless of transfer or freshman, and I also told Pepper about the Common App websites. And that's pretty much it. And then on the bus with Thomas, I checked Instagram and I found out about the Amateur Art House Film Festival nominees for Best Overall Short Film. And guess what? I'm nominated. What? It doesn't make any sense because I got nominated for Best Editing and Best Sound Design already, and that's already great. But I didn't get nominated for Best Screenwriting, which is a huge factor, and Best Cinematography, which is also a huge factor, right? Like, nobody ever thinks, when people think about like overall short film, they would think the other nominated awards associated, like another, like other categories associated with it would be like directing and acting, except this festival doesn't have directing and acting, so it's cinematography and screenplay. But I didn't get nominated for either of those. And then I got nominated for Best Overall Short Film, which is freaking crazy. Oh, Cliff just reacted to my Instagram story. I have so many people around me, holy crap. Yeah, and it's weird too because like there are other short films that got nominated multiple times, including screenwriting, including cinematography, including editing, but didn't even get nominated for overall best short film. Like, my pick is really like an odd wild card. And out of the five nominees, I'm the only Asian entry there, so that's like I represent the entire freaking Asia now, I guess. But yeah, that's truly fantastic. Um, so yeah, overall, in conclusion, today is a huge W for me. It's just nonstop W's for me lately. I mean, I had a bit of a downfall, not downfall, but I had a bit of a oddly melancholic moment last Wednesday with the whole Pepper and Connor studying together thing. But otherwise, this month has been a huge W for me, one after another, with the camera, with my short film festival, with the club stuff. I also told the founder of HKOS continued to speak to me and Pepper yesterday, and she decided that we're gonna have a Zoom meeting together, just me, Pepper, and her, on Thursday at noon, next Thursday. And then I found out that I can't make it because I have a Club Row, which is another college fair thing, the fourth time, and I have to attend it, which is fun, whatever. So I'll do the Zoom meeting. I told her that, and she's like, okay, well, how about at night? So next Thursday, 8:30 p.m., me, Pepper, and the founder of HKOS will have a Zoom meeting, and we'll discuss plans on what to do. Holy shit! I am bawling. I am fucking bawling with life. Like, again, like back in secondary school, I'm always trapped in my room. Everything I do is nothing. Like, I do nothing, and all I hear are rumors. Like, rumors are the only thing I hear. I hear people talk about things. Oh, Natalie apparently joined this Model United Nations thing. Oh, this Mary joined this field trip thing and went to Australia for the school trip. Oh, Kingsley just joined this competition and they're winning an award. Oh, this and that and this and that. While I just go to school, go back home, nothing happens. I don't know anyone, I'm invisible. Now it's the exact fucking opposite. Maybe to Pepper, who was already kind of extroverted before, maybe to her now it's sort of like a logical progression, Instead of being very extroverted and busy in Hong Kong, it's in LA. But to me, it's night and day difference. Okay, you know what? I talked too much. Final remark. Again, in the middle of October, I was like, man, I don't even know what's gonna happen by the end of October. That's true. I have no idea. Because there is the possibility that Pepper may join a Halloween party, this crazy American Euphoria type beat, red solo cup, drug, weed, ass, fucking, frat house, drink, table tennis ball, beer type sort of party, which is absolutely fucking scary. Probably one of the places I would least want to go to in my life. But if Pepper goes, I would like to go for two reasons. One is this is a once in a lifetime experience. Again, like I said yesterday, I want to experience something like this. I think this would really inspire me if I ever finish writing The Virgin. I think the first scene of The Virgin, and one of the biggest scenes in The Virgin, is basically a party. Huge inspiration. Second of all, Pepper almost got pushed into a swimming pool. I just feel like going there just to make sure she's safe. I know this is such a douchebag thing to say, and I'm not worthy of saying shit like this because I can't even protect myself. I can't even not protect myself. I mean, I can protect myself, but I can't even deal with myself. I can't even I don't know how to put it. I don't even know what to do with myself. Who am I to say what to do with other people? But I don't know why, but Pepper always comes off like someone who's always in need. And if Pepper can help me go out to the rest of the world, there we go, then I should also help Pepper in some ways, is all I'm thinking. And that's it. And the Duolingo test. I'm also helping Pepper with that. Hopefully, I and Pepper can like go to somewhere and hang out just to do something with this test. Um, and yeah, I mean, but under the context that there's a bit of a revelation 3 days ago, 2 days ago at night, when I had a bit of a revelation that, um, you know, so I don't know. I don't know. Whatever happens, happens, you know. So, yeah, I'm gonna call my mom. I'm excited for getting an SD card because I'm practicing using this camera a lot. I made a lot of settings already. Um, I just want to take some photos and videos for real. So let's do that. Yeah. All right, my phone just crashed. What I want to say is I just had an amazingly, fantastically fruitful dinner. It's tortellini with shredded cheese, chicken karaage from Nijo Market like a week ago, the salad kit that I just bought yesterday, as well as the English clam chowder Campbell soup. I'm supposed to mix it with milk. I didn't. My milk is spoiled. I threw it away this afternoon already. I used water, and I only microwaved it for a little bit because if you can recall, soup fucking explodes if I ever microwave it. So I stopped it before it almost did explode today. But yeah, it tastes really good, and this meal is at least 1,000 calories, so I am gaining weight, boys. I'm doing push-ups in the morning, I'm gaining weight, I'm having a lot of friends, my short film's doing well, I got the club, I got the people, I got the HKOS, I got the uni app going, I am balling in life, baby. Time now is 12:26, I have two more things to add. One is during the script writing club meeting today, our Italian professor showed up and we did play a Kahoot game, and I haven't even seen the answers for that game. I just played the game casually, without minding much, just using common sense, and I still came out on top, beating the professor, who came at second. And then the professor jokingly said, "Well, I'll never teach script writing ever again." And then after that, yeah, I texted Lucas, Christian's friend, for about scoring my short film, and he said yes a while back, and then yesterday the conversation continued, and today he replied saying, asking me if I want piano or do I want something more electronic. I want neither. I want percussion only. Unless he has something like a greater idea, you know. So there's that. So, cool. More things happening. Yes. All right. Time now is 12:17 afternoon on October 22nd. Yeah, I went to bed very late at 3:40 a.m. and then I slept all the way until 11:50 something ish, and I just woke up. I have new acne, which is amazing. I love it when that happens. But yeah, didn't dream much. I dreamed about being in a game, um, in real life, but it's also a video game, but I'm inside the video game. And like every level of that game is in reference to a different game. This is like the game to end all games, and this is a very high stakes, insane game. And I played it twice, and you know what? I followed other people when I played it. I never played it myself, so it wasn't as high stakes for me. I go all around the world. I've seen all sorts of shit. I came back to Hong Kong and I saw people like Natalie and Cedric again, and they don't recognize me anymore. Or more like I've changed so much in front of them. I know so much more about the world now. Yeah. I also saw Anita Mui. I don't know why, but she's still alive. But yeah, that's basically it. um, yeah. So today's gonna be chill day. Today's a Saturday, and I don't got anything to do. So this is a great opportunity to finish a lot of the basic stuff that I've been procrastinating on doing for the last 2 weeks. I will watch Miseng. I'll finish Miseng episode 13. I'll watch Sanjuro tonight. I will, at 1 p.m. I have to attend this ETC Zoom meeting. So that's that. And then yeah, I will do something about the sound editing of my short film. I'll do something about the anthropology homework, which is silly as hell. I'll do something about the um personal insight questions. I'll start writing them. I already got my outline in the bag. And I think most importantly, I will do the laundry because it's been 2 months since I've changed my bed sheets. Today is a golden opportunity for me to do that because next week I will not have time to do any of that again. I'll just do laundry in general, wash up everything, and then tonight before 10 p.m. I should receive my SD card finally, and actually finally take some photos and videos with my camera. So that's something that I really look forward to. And also, I may need to buy a new mouse for my laptop because the mouse I'm using right now, which I've been using for 2 whole years already, is breaking. And this isn't a new mouse, like it's a USB connected mouse, and I feel like it's already being used way before I used it. So this is probably an old mouse. I've used it for 2 years, and it's somehow waited this long until it starts breaking. But yeah, I'll need a new mouse. And that's pretty much it. And if I have time, I would like to draw and read books, but I don't think I'll have the time, man. I really don't. And that's it. That's it for today. It's gonna be chill ass day. Yeah, it's gonna be really extremely chilled and relaxed, and it's gonna be fine. Tomorrow there's church. Okay, so the biology, nothing other important happened, but the Japanese American dude DM'd me the photos last Monday. This Monday, aka the last one. Um, and I only DM'd the photos to my other classmate in biology 3, the white guy who's kind of buff. And he's like, "Oh, thank you. I forgot to ask, lol." And I'm like, "No problem." So there's that. And then nothing else. Yeah, I wanted to add something, and that is, you know, me and Pepper being together in the same class in the same college, studying the same thing at the same age, is really insane. Like when I and Pepper talked to the founder of HKOS back in Whittier, um, you know, the founder asked Pepper, like, "Hey, um, where do you study? What's your major? How many years? How old are you? Like, what year?" And then the founder asked me, and my answer is exactly the same. And then she's like, "You two know each other before, right?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "No." And then a couple days ago in the uh, Asian World Film Festival party, um, the Taiwanese woman asked us the same questions. Where are you from? What's the college? What's your major? What year? And then we all have the same answer. And then she's like, "You two know each other, right?" And we're like, "No." Yeah, it's such a coincidence. Uh, and I hope this coincidence only leads to good things, or not. But I forgot to mention just another small thing. But during the Asian World Film Festival, there was a Spanish guy who is a little tan skin, who has a huge hair in a nice gray suit. He walked up to Pepper and started to like talk to her, and of course he ignored me. And Pepper's like really awkward and doesn't know how to answer. So I walked up and I made it less awkward. But this Spanish guy, he's like very soft spoken. He's like, "Oh, so what sort of directors do you like?" And Pepper's like, I don't know. Um, and Pepper said she likes La Casa de Papel's director. Um, and then I said, "Oh, Kurosawa, Wong Kar-wai. And the Spanish guy was like, "Oh, Pedro Almodovar." uh, no, yeah, that's it. that's pretty much it. And also the Macanese guy, Tommy, said I'm more of an NYU guy because my taste in film is like artsy, artistic. So, yeah. But, yeah, that's all. That is all. Oh, and also today I'll do the Duolingo English test and I will fucking ace it. I don't have any reviews to do, which is huge because that'll save me a lot of time. But I'll do the Duolingo English test and I'll be sure to ace it. 150 marks. Let's go. Let's do it, boys. And also, I weighed myself last night and it's 127.4. Attaboy. Alright, time now is 9:14 p.m. I just finished dinner, which is quite nice. The leftover onion and pork cubes, wawa choy, aka big bok choy, and then finally I got 350 milliliters of rice. That's it. Yeah, I do severely lack food. I calculated, I went to the calorie calculator again, and I found out that apparently if I want to maintain my weight, I have to consume over 2100 calories per day, and that is only to maintain. If I want to gain weight, I probably need a lot more than that. Plus, I'm the kind of guy who has extremely fast metabolism, which means that I'll need even more than that. So, the ideal calorie consumption per day for me probably is 2500 calories. Um, so I really need to buy more food. So there's that. Um, Aside from that, nothing happened today. I didn't speak to anyone. Of course, there's the ETC meeting and nobody showed up. Thomas didn't even show up. Thomas told me to show up, but Thomas himself did not show up. The only few people who showed up are Kat, Betsy, this black guy, and Red and me, and that's pretty much it. Nothing all that important is being said there. And that's it for today. I didn't really speak to anyone today. Um, yeah, and it's good because I really need a lot of time. So I'm going to do the Duolingo English test later. Wish me luck. But also, I just finished writing one out of the 4 essays that I had to write for my personal insight questions for UCLA. And I finished it and I don't like it. The word limit is 350 words. I ended up with 617 words. And then the question is about creativity, but when I reread my own essay, I realize there's nothing about it that can prove that I'm creative. But also, I then went online and I found this YouTube channel that uploads Zoom meetings, hour-long Zoom meetings, and there are 8 Zoom meetings for the 8 essay questions. And so I watched a little bit for the creativity question, and I learned a few tips. I heard them talk about some of the examples for the essays, and I realized, oh my god, my essays suck. It's not specific, and apparently I can't focus too much on the storytelling. I cannot use metaphors, I cannot use dialogue, because it's too all over the place. And it needs to be short, concise, and precise. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to rewrite the whole thing. So my idea for the creativity essay is actually the whole levels thing. You know how in round 1 I had levels. I had the 5 levels: the basics, friendship, the well, health and fitness, and then the short film. That was originally my idea because that really shows how creative I am, and it's true. I don't know a single other person who lives like me, who lives life as if I'm playing a video game. But even though this is a good example of my creativity, it's not a good example for the essay. So I think I'm going to rewrite the whole essay to just be about level 4 or 1, the food part, where I basically have to solve a problem. So creativity doesn't have to be only artistic creativity. I'm a film major, yes, but it's even better if I show off that I'm also creative outside of filmmaking. And another kind of creativity is problem solving. What problem did I solve? My weight loss issue. Yes, I'm still experiencing it right now, but it doesn't matter. I did some solving. How? The Google spreadsheet, the meal plans, the meat cycles, oh, this week pork and fish, next week beef and chicken. These cycles, my calorie spreadsheet, how I count my calorie intake. And yeah, just to keep myself fed. So I'm going to rewrite the whole thing basically. And try not to use fancy words, try not to make it dramatic, try to make it personal, authentic, fun, and that's basically it. I'm doing the laundry now, as you can see, my bed is empty. I also received the SD card for my camera earlier today, so that's amazing. And that's pretty much it. Nothing else, not much else. I also just remembered this morning that there is a film 2 midterms that I have to deal with. So I need to work with that as well. And then nothing else. Again, speaking of calorie intake, I really need to eat more food. I'm thinking of going to Ninja Market again on Tuesday perhaps, because I'm not free on Thursday or whatever. But yeah, tomorrow I'll go to church. I'll wake up early again. Hopefully I sleep early tonight. Nothing else. I'm going to ask Pepper to hang out. I mean, one of us has got to it doesn't have to happen, but the thing is, Connor asked Pepper to, or maybe Pepper asked him. I don't know, but I promised Pepper to help her with her Duolingo English test. I'm going to deliver that. Oh, also, one more thing. Tonight I'm going to shave. I'm going to shave it all. All of this is going to be gone again. And I'm also thinking about Halloween. I really low-key want to cosplay or something, or at least dress up. It's so funny. Thomas is so resistant against the whole concept of Halloween because he's such a Christian. He's such a conservative Christian. And when he played Kahoot yesterday, Kahoot.com had a Halloween theme, and he's like, oh. So even though he stopped me, he didn't allow me to talk about horror in the script writing club meeting, Kahoot.com got me covered. But yeah, if Pepper does go to some stupid ass party, I guess I'm going to. And if I do go, I'll be wearing that purple shirt that I have bought 2 years ago and never got the chance to wear. And I'll see if there are any purple lipsticks, which is going to go well with me, I think. Especially since I have shaved, which I will do that tonight. Yeah, that's it. Here we go, guys. Duolingo English test. It's now or never. Let's go. Let's do it. Alright, time now is 12:56 afternoon. I don't know what the fuck's happened to my right knee because it's hurting like a bitch. Yeah, so I just did the Duolingo English test and it's actually kind of awful. What the fuck happened? It's a lot tougher than the practice tests. I'm fine with the writing and the comprehension stuff and the speaking. I think I did really well on those parts, but some of the earlier parts, in the fill in the blanks, I don't know what the fuck what the fuck kind of word am I supposed to fill in? Maybe it's because I'm also a little bit nervous, so I couldn't really think straight. But BL blank blank blank. The only word I can think of is blood and bleed. But it's supposed to be related to food. So it's not block. Blurt? Blip? No, blip is 4 letters. What the fuck am I supposed to write? An ALL something something. Altogether? No, that's not enough letters. What? So yeah, I can't think of any words to fill in that. So yeah, and this is also a lot denser than the practice test I did. Like, there are 2 speaking or 3 speaking questions. There are 2 reading passages, and then there are like 3 writing prompts. It's just a lot of stuff happening. I also spent like 15 minutes in the beginning of the test just trying to show the webcam my passport. The thing is, my laptop webcam is kind of shit. And I'm also in a room with no lights other than the bathroom light and a freaking lamp. So the lighting is not good, and the webcam quality is not good, and it keeps on not being able to read my passport. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I told Pepper I just did the Duolingo test. And then I also asked Pepper if she started writing her PIQs, and she said she hasn't started yet. And then I made my move. I said, do you want to meet up, and then we'll study the freaking the Duolingo test together, and maybe talk about the application. And she's like, okay, how about after film 32? And I'm like, okay. Which is fine. I don't really care anymore. Like, I wish, like, or I used to wish, I guess I still kind of wish, like, maybe I and Pepper could just go out for the sake of going out, like, on a Saturday or some shit, But I get it. She's really busy. I'm really busy too. I also don't want to leave my apartment all that much. I'm so wash my freaking blanket. But yeah, I hope I fucked up a bit in this test. But I hope I still get over 120. Yeah, the score doesn't necessarily reflect how damn good my English is, but if it's over 120, it's good, okay? And I'm just gonna leave it at that.